think we need to focus. We have issues of governance, which is a quality of statehood. We have issues of resilience of the state. How does it respond to threats internally? What is the capability of it? How does it adjudicate? And most importantly, how does it sell its narrative to its own people? Because if your own people are with you, then you are a stronger state. If there is no hope or lesser hope, if there is lack of confidence, if there is lack of trust between the state institutions and the public, then the terrorists, militants, and all those miscreants, they find a niche, they exploit, and they hit back at you. So, having said all this, my understanding is that spending billions of rupees is indeed important, but it's not the only way out. Terrorism has to be fought with all the strengths that we have. Love for Pakistan, love for country, but at the same time, confidence and trust, winning confidence and trust of the people. And for that, political leadership is very important. And having said this, Pakistan being a polyarchy state, I call it a polyarchy because it is ruled by a few political parties. And that's it. Whether those political parties really enjoy the confidence of its people is a question to be asked. We need to improve that. We need to focus on that in order to make ourselves strong. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barrister Saif. A very enlightening discourse, and the most important takeaway is that nature abhors vacuum. And when there is a vacuum, that vacuum is filled by forces which are destabilizing. And we know that unified narrative is a must. That was another takeaway. And the five aspects, district administration, judiciary, police, socio-economics, governance, I think he alluded very succinctly to all the important factors. And in due course, subsequent speakers will, in their own niche, specialized field, would further elaborate on those points. So with this, we come to our next speaker, who will speak on impact of social and economic factors on the peace and security of merged districts of KP. Dr. Murad Ali is an assistant professor in the Department of Political Science at the University of Malakand. He holds a PhD and a postdoc from Massey University, New Zealand, and has also completed a doctoral fellowship at the German Development Institute. He brings in a very perceptive repertoire of insights about the merged districts. And as Barrister Saif mentioned in one of his asides, that the socio-economic factors are also a very important factor. So here's a chance for Dr. Murad to elaborate on what are those social and economic factors. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. First of all, if you look at the overall geography of FATA, erstwhile FATA, now newly merged districts, the population about 5 to 6 million, it's equal to the population of New Zealand or Scotland, I think also Ireland, so a reasonable population. But if we look at the socio-economic factors, take any development indicator, it's at the lowest level. Out of school children, schools without any electricity, schools with no drinking water, schools with no boundary walls, schools having no teachers or teachers only in documents, doing jobs somewhere in the Middle Eastern countries, remain absent for years. I mean, it may appear very strange, but I mean, it has happened. It's a reality. So the socioeconomic factors, governance indicators, I mean, take any indicators, they are among the lowest in the country. But if we say that poverty is the only reason, we commit a huge fallacy. I mean, whenever we discuss the factors behind militancy or terrorism, so everybody introduces a red herring. It's because of poverty. It's because of lack of educational opportunities. it's because of lack of employment opportunities. I mean, what about socioeconomic indicators in District Torgal, some parts of District Mansehra, District Bettagram, some parts of District Chitral? If we compare socioeconomic indicators, I mean, they are equally disadvantaged. So socioeconomic factors, they are primarily responsible, but they are not the only indicators responsible for rise of militancy or terrorism or lawlessness. You know, we need to look at the historical factors, the history of the Cold War or the Afghan War, how the region was exploited, how it was used, how religious indoctrination was state policy, you know, kind of political engineering or religious engineering, and then the supply of arms and ammunition, training of mujahideen from across the globe, from all Middle Eastern countries, from African countries. I mean, if you read any good book on the Cold War studies, billions of dollars were used to train these people, mujahideen, they were called at that time. And then how, you know, all these arms and ammunition were supplied through, and we all remember the Ojdi camp incident that happened here. So, I mean, whenever